I'm Grace here from Grace Talks About Food, and today we're doing something a little different. I am in Ginger Young's Folk Art Gallery, and as you can see, there's a bunch of paintings all around me, and since it's called Grace Talks About Food, I don't need to have food, it just needs to be about food. So I'm here talking to Ginger about how folk art and food can relate to each other. Normally use food or paint food in folk art?
Very often. One of the things Southern folk art does really well is depict moments of everyday life. And if you do a show about food, you already know that food is very, very important in the South. So when you pick most of the artists I work with, you can find some depiction of food in their interpretations of everyday life. And I'm going to just, let's see. Okay, so right here is Bernice Sims, who's an artist from Bruton, Alabama. And you can see already you have, and this is rural South, strawberry picking, very, very important. Cabbage patch down here. Here is the watermelon truck. And here is, although there's not food in this picture, this is someone's kitchen and they're having a Saturday night dance. So throughout her work, and here's one that says free food, that's a giveaway truck for people who need food. So her work, although she doesn't think of herself as an artist who depicts food, has a lot of food in it because it's depicting everyday life. And similarly, if you look at Leonard Jones, who you mentioned earlier, Grace, you've got the guy grilling the steaks over here. Let's see, what else have we got? People fishing, and my favorite, the woman with the pie fresh out of the oven. So there again, Leonard has taken everyday moments of his life and the people around him, and he's painted them. And I call this visual storytelling. So Leonard, Bernice Sims, many other artists, all the people who did the watermelons you painted. If you look above the doors here, you see watermelon slices. They all have a way of letting us know how important food is in the lives of everyday people. And they do a beautiful job of depicting it.
Why would they paint a gorge instead of just painting a picture of the gorge?
Well, one of the hallmarks of Southern folk art is that people often worked with what materials were at hand. They didn't go off to Michael's Craft Supply and buy canvases and fancy paints. They would use whatever was around. And one of the things that was quite prevalent in the South, and probably and still is gourds. So if somebody was growing some gourds and they might be using some to make birdhouses or to do other things with, make musical instruments, they might also paint some just for decorative purposes. There are a couple of artists who did that quite a lot, and they got to be very well known and popular for that. So gourds are, again, something that was accessible and available to them, and why not paint them and make them prettier? So there's a lot of gourd art out there.
So that was just Grace here from Grace Talks About Food saying hi, and maybe next time I might have some food, maybe a picture of food, maybe something different. So you will never know what I'll be doing, and you'll never know what the next person will be painting, like a yellow watermelon.